everybody, welcome to this week's Ask Mama Amy, and today we are so happy to have Dr. Tess Mauricio with us today, who will be sharing with us about her business. Now, Dr. Tess, as you can see, and you might guess what she does, so Dr. Tess
Can you tell?
is a board-certified dermatologist, and she's a graduate of Stanford University School of Medicine and a summa cum laude graduate of the University of California of San Diego. She's also the founder of Scripps Ranch Dermatology and Cosmetic Center, and was the youngest woman to hold the position of the president of the San Diego Society of Dermatology Surgery. And it's great. Like when I first met Dr. Tess, I was like, wow, look at this. Yeah. So, and as a female business owner, I certainly have a lot of respect for Dr. Tess, and I'm just so happy that she's able to make the time to share with us a lot of the things that I am personally very curious about. How do we take care of our skin and look prettier? And, you know, in light of our busy lives, especially now with COVID, everything, it's just so stressful. Like I am so stressful. And so I can't wait to hear more tips from Dr. Tess. And really the goal of today's interview is to educate families, or if busy career women, busy moms, on how to take care of your skin, and want to dispel some misconceptions out there that I'm sure Dr. Tess has heard a lot of. And so really helping, how do we take care of ourselves, make sure, we're happy, we glow with confidence, and that we can balance our, parenting life and work, and we don't look like we're so tired, and we still look happy, and people around us are happy when they see us, right? So with that, I'm going to turn over to Dr. Tess. If you could just share with our audience just a little bit about yourself, just personally, and why do you pick the profession that you're doing?
Well, first of all, thank you, Amy, and Ask Mama Amy. I love that whole idea, and having these conversations with women to try to inspire and empower each other is really incredible. I truly believe in the power of media to do that. And a little bit about me. I am in the middle of a busy clinic day. We have M Beauty clinics. I've been in practice now since 2004. My family moved from the Philippines in 1984 when I was 12 years old, and we moved to San Diego. So, so we're an immigrant family, and one of the proudest things that I can, say is that me and my siblings, my younger siblings, there's 4 of us, all work together at M Beauty Clinic.
Really?
Two of my
Yeah,
younger siblings, Rick and Angela, are both nurses. And so they take care of our patients, and then our sister Cheryl takes care of all the business end. And so I think that's wonderful. And really, we say we've come a long way from, immigrating to San Diego, and, over in East San Diego. And then now we have 3 locations of M Beauty Clinic. And so, and through all of that, I think one of the things that's most important that I like to talk to my patients about when I talk about beauty and rejuvenation is really the concept of self-care, and the concept that inner and outer beauty are interlaced. And so how we feel about ourselves really reflect on, how essentially how our skin and our bodies look, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that concept, and that you have a family business. That's awesome. Everybody gets to work together and take care of each other. And I mean, look at your skin. You're like glowing, even in the
I was
midst of
telling
a
you,
busy work day.
here's my, my N95 mask. I have different kinds. I had my shield. My hair is usually all covered up. So this is a treat when I actually get to talk to someone and I'm not, covered in a mask, and you can actually see me. This is why we've really turned our consultations into the virtual world. We do it in FaceTime and Zoom, so that, I can see the patients without their masks, and they can see me as well. And because there's just something that's becomes, that's missing when we have our most of our face covered up.
Oh yeah, for sure. And so is that, you mentioned like during COVID-19, so is that kind of how you see new patients now, is first to meet with them on Zoom and then kind of determine from there what kind of treatment they might need, or is that how it goes?
Yeah, so actually, we were closed for 3 months. We were closed from March, and we reopened in June. And thank God, we feel very grateful for our, loyal patients who actually couldn't wait to come in and have their treatments for a boost.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so now we see, if we see consultations. If you have any inquiries, you call, and we offer free consultations, usually through FaceTime, through Zoom. We evaluate you, and then we create a customized plan, and then we give you the quotes. There's no surprises and there's no obligation. We just really like to use that time to get to know you, what you like, what you need, and then educate you about the amazing, incredible options that we have now available to us.
That's so awesome. And so when we are talking about self-care for moms and busy career women, so what are some tips? I know you're super busy yourself too. So how do you have any tips that you can share with us? How do we, what are some of the most important things that we have to do to take care of our skin and make it glow? And what are some of the common mistakes that women make when it comes to taking care of the skin? Really, that's super.
So that's really a great question. So I have, I'm a mom of two. I have a daughter who's a senior at Stanford. She's a pre-med. Hopefully she'll go and, go to med school, get accepted somewhere. Our son is a freshman in high school. And so throughout the time where I'm building M Beauty Clinic, I've always been a working mom. And so, finding time to take care of yourself can be challenging. And we, especially moms, sometimes we put ourselves the very last on the list. And what I found through personal experience and also dealing with my patients, thousands of patients now through the years, is that when we are at our best, mentally, psychologically, physically, we really are better at doing anything we do and whatever roles we play. And people get our spirit and our energy. And so taking care of ourselves shouldn't really be last on the list. It actually should be first on the list. And I make this analogy of when we're in an airplane and they have the oxygen mask, they always tell us, put your mask on first before you help someone else. And I think if there's any, we'll start with the mistake. I think that's the big mistake is, to kind of just sacrifice yourself when you're a mom. You feel like, okay, you should never think about yourself and taking care of yourself. And it doesn't have to be so complicated. It could be as simple as using a really nice skincare regimen. Now that we're all wearing masks, I've done a lot of social media and media posts on Mask Me, just taking care of the breakouts and kind of irritation that's happening to our skin. And so having a good cleanser, having a good moisturizer, sunscreen, a serum, having time to do that, maybe pick up a mask. There's a lot of masks now. Do that and take a bubble bath, have a little bit of me time. Not only will it help your skin, but also it'll help your soul and re-energize you to be able to do what you need to do.
Oh my, I cannot agree with you more. This topic of self-care came up for me today twice. And that's so awesome. I love your analogy, right, of the airplane thing, put on the mask on ourselves. And when we look the best, then we are able to take care of other people much more, just with, much more confidence and happiness and just joy, right? And that makes everybody else
Absolutely.
happier too.
I think, we as moms, we have a huge responsibility. I think it's great. With great power comes great responsibility. But one, we have to model for our children. And I always talk to moms about this, especially if you have a daughter. Because, if we're not taking care of ourselves, we want to take care of our daughters. But how would you want your daughter to take care of herself when she is a mom? If your daughter, or you think she's going to have a career, she's going to have a family, how would you want your daughter to take care of her? self. And most of the times it's better than how you're treating yourself. And
Mhm.
so I like to be a role model for my daughter. I want her to know that you can, you can do it. You just have to make a conscious effort. And now more than ever, Amy, we have incredible technology, science, and knowledge that really allows us to, look and feel our best at any age.
Oh, that is so fantastic. And so share with us some of the common areas of practice in what you do. I know you mentioned a lot of different technologies. I can't wait to hear about them. And so what are the most common things that you do in your practice?
Sure. So I think because now we're all wearing our masks, and also we're doing a lot of Zoom and
Yeah.
FaceTime, work, whatever. We're seeing ourselves more than normal. Before we would only see ourselves in real time
Oh,
when we
that's
looked in the
right.
mirror.
Yeah, I didn't think
But
about
how,
it that way. Uh-huh.
yeah, right, Avi? No, I mean, you're looking at yourself, I'm looking at myself. So you were actually checking on, on things that maybe would be bothering you. And many times, like I said, because the mask covers the rest of the face, it's really trading wrinkles on our forehead, between the brows, around the eyes, rejuvenation of the eyes. I really think that now we can't really express ourselves with the lower face as much, and people really can get more about you through your eyes. And so we're doing a lot of Botox to kind of take care of the wrinkles between the brows, the forehead,
Mhm.
around the eyes when you smile. We're using this new plasma energy treatment called the Sublimax, where we actually remove excess tissue from the eyelids. So, a lot of people, as we age, it's normal. You start getting droopy eyelids, your eyes start looking more tired. You don't see your eyes as much. For Asians, my husband's Korean as well. We actually did this procedure for my husband. We normally have naturally heavy lids, and as we age, that's the first thing that shows our age. And it's easy to rejuvenate now without cutting and without surgery or scars.
Oh, good. The intrusiveness is the one thing that came to my mind when it talks about when we're talking about surgery, right? So, but it sounds like you can do it easily. What,
Yes.
yeah.
And our practice, M Beauty Clinic, I am a huge believer, and I'm proud to say I pioneered many technologies that really takes you away from the knife. We have our most popular overall anti-aging treatment called the time machine procedure. And this is the way to rejuvenate everything that you're talking about when it comes to aging of the skin. That's addressing wrinkles, sun damage, sagging. That's addressing drooping of the skin and volumization and tightening for the face and neck. And we're using regenerative medicine now. And then Sublimax, like I said, now is another technology, and we usually use it for the eyelids. So you don't need to get cut on. You don't need to go under general anesthesia. It's a lot safer, and it's a natural process.
Oh, it is totally natural. And you said there's also you said there's a medicine as well. So you can also take something to
Yes, so
look
I'm a
prettier.
huge believer. Yes, no,
Uh-huh.
I'm a huge believer in beauty from within,
Uh-huh.
inside and out. Our skin is our largest organ, and the quality and the status of our skin is a reflection of our overall health and well-being. And so we are big believers here at M Beauty Clinic in making you as healthy as possible. We actually offer IV antioxidant treatments with glutathione and vitamin C. These are powerful antioxidants that have been shown to really protect our cells, decrease the free radical damage that happens with aging, with stress, with pollution, with sun damage. And we make your cells basically be protected as much as possible. And that also then reflects to a more beautiful, healthier, glowing skin.
Oh, that sounds amazing. And now the beauty component, of course, we all want as women. Is there
Of course.
anything else you would add, like to why is taking care of your skin so important? Of course, other than we want to look beautiful, we want to have glowing skin. But if we don't take the time to take care of our skin, what are the consequences that people need to be aware of?
Well, so that's a great question. One of the things that I like to say is that what we do here is, it's not about vanity. It's really about loving yourself and the skin that you're in.
Mm,
And so, many, many studies have really linked our physical health and the way our skin looks to how we feel. Even like, we also perform liposculpture here in our practice. And absolutely, one of the main reasons I became a dermatologist is that I've seen the power of, really, like you said, when we help people improve the quality of their skin, when we treat even acne, simple. Acne is 40 million Americans suffer from acne. We treat acne in an incredible, comprehensive way here. When we treat them, they become more confident, they're happier, they're going out, they're interacting more with people. So quality of life goes up. If we don't take care of our skin, quality of life eventually really goes down. And you don't even realize how it's impacting you negatively, but probably people around you are feeling it.
and so it's so how do people pay for these? Is it covered by, is not covered by insurance, or is it like it depends on what kind of treatment, I guess?
Yes, so most of the things that we've talked about are what we call cosmetic
Mhm.
procedures. So these are elective procedures. You don't need them. They're not what's called medically necessary. Although I think it's absolutely necessary for high quality of life. But yes, so it's fee for service. You come in, like I said, during your consultation, we will go over your quotes with you. And you'd be really surprised. You're talking about if lines on your forehead bother you, you're really talking, I mean, in the, couple $100s. It's not a lot. And maybe you do it twice a year, maybe you do it once a year. And if you work, I tell patients, even if you just all the years that you've worked, give yourself one paycheck to take care of yourself, reverse the damage of motherhood, working, abusing yourself. You would be so surprised at the boost that you're going to get emotionally and the confidence you're going to get. And you actually end up more successful. And studies show that people who do take care of themselves are happier, are more successful, and earn more money.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for you to look at my wrinkles.
I don't see any, Amy, but for you, it's what's
Thanks.
called prejuvenation. There's now a term because even millennials, even young people in their 20s, we're seeing them because they're so educated about it, even more than people, in my generation. I'm going to be 49 next month.
Oh, you don't look it
And
at all.
thank you. And that's really the key. I practice what I preach, but there's a concept of prejuvenation. Don't wait until things are broken before you do something about it. And when you do the prejuvenation, you're being proactive, you actually end up needing less, sort of like taking care of your car, right? Our cars, it's amazing. We maintain our cars better than sometimes we maintain our bodies
That is
and
so
ourselves.
true. That is so true.
We
Um,
only have one body, one face, and so take care of it.
Absolutely. And so once you have this, say for example, if I needed something, then and once if say wrinkles on the forehead, and once you have some sort of procedure done, then do you have to kind of keep up with it every year? And if you don't, then what happens? Does it
Yeah,
then
so
become?
people ask that a lot because they're scared, do you get trapped
Yeah.
into having to come in, or if you stop, do you look older? And the answer is no, you actually buy yourself some time. So I tell people, especially if you're starting to, I can't do it because I've treated myself. But if you have those wrinkles there, I tell people, even if you do it once a year, you will have a few months, around 3 to 4 months, where you're not creasing the skin. If you don't continually crease the skin, your skin's creases, the wrinkles actually don't get deeper. And so even if you do it once a year, you will be better off. Now, if you do it on a regular basis, like I do, I probably do it 2 to 3 times a year, I will never form those wrinkles. Those wrinkles are not in my future. So that's what's
I
exciting. And this
love
is why younger people in their 20s and 30s are really educated about it, and they don't want wrinkles. They don't want to look old ever. they're scared of it, and they know they have these great tools to prevent those things from happening.
I love that. And so how can we pick, of course, you know, there are a lot of dermatologists out there. How can we educate our audience here to pick
Well,
a good
there's so many,
one?
absolutely. That is really key. There's so much art that goes into what we do.
Mhm.
Obviously, it's a really a beautiful combination of science and art, which is why I love it, which is why I'm passionate about it.
Mhm.
And so you really have to be careful where you go, because especially if you have Asian skin, there's a lot of potentials for complications. And obviously, being Asian and my husband's Korean, like I said, we have technologies that are designed for Asian skin. And obviously, you know, I love art, and you look at who's treating you. If you like how they look, then you probably go there, because there's a sense of style as well, and the aesthetic sense also makes a big difference. And so there's a lot of people offering these procedures now more than ever. Um, but I say, you know, be careful where you go to, because sometimes fixing problems afterwards can cost you more than just doing it right the first time.
And also, that's so right. And so, how can people get in touch with you, and schedule a consultation with you?
So I'm all over social media. So you can go to my social media, Instagram at Dr. Tess Mauricio. Our website has incredible amount of information, videos describing all of these different procedures. And go to mbeautyclinic.com, mbeautyclinic.com. And you can call 1-833-462-3288. That's 1-833-4M-Beauty. And yeah, and set up your free consultation. It's a virtual consultation. There's no obligation. We just want to talk to you and educate you, and give you options. You'd be really amazed at what we can do. We treat from head to toe. We also treat hair. I know
Oh,
you
you
commented on
too.
my hair, Amy, and
Yes, I love
yes,
the curls.
thank you. So there's a treatment that we do called platelet-rich plasma. We draw people's blood. We harvest growth factors from platelets, and that essentially works as a fertilizer for your hair follicles. Because as we age, and now with COVID stress, even young people are coming to us talking about hair shedding. They're losing hair. Their hair is thinning, and there's ways to stop that process and get the hair back.
I love everything you said, Dr. Tess. Thank you so much for being with us today. And feel free to connect with her on social media and get more information. Thank you all very much for watching this week's Ask Mama Amy, and see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Amy.
Bye.